Welcome to this tea break retreat, the chance to take time to reflect during this surreal time. So sit back, relax, and grab cake and coffee and let your mind wander. And this time you might need it, because our poem is replaced by a survey into the causes of stress. But don't worry, because the reflection questions are replaced by my suggested antidote. When we lose something that's really important to us, we often feel disorientated. We often feel our energy draining away. It might be the death of someone close to us. It might be a dramatic shift in our everyday life. Suddenly we're shut off from work and work colleagues. It may be just a change in relationships. But whatever they are, the outcome seems to be similar. The lack of energy, the lack of concentration. And then, even when we see some restrictions being lifted, they seem to bring new stresses. Should we be wearing a face mask? Is it safe to shop, eat, go to the pub, meet with friends? So even as those things lift, it seems as if more stress and uncertainty is introduced. According to several recent surveys, the top most common causes of stress are: number 1, lack of connection with family, friends and colleagues. Number 2, no clarity about money, job, the economy, sense of direction and a feeling of lack of control. Number 3, an unbalanced life between home, work, schooling, interruptions and or an annoying partner. Number 4, too much going on, even though it feels as if there ought to be less. 5, too much screen time and its impact on body, mind and spirit. 6, lack of focus, motivation, direction and sense of purpose. And number 7, too little exercise and too much alcohol, food, time together. Insert your own. So our to-do list grows, but with less energy to cope with it. When what we've taken for granted for so long is taken away and challenged, whether it's our work, whether it's our relationships, our health, the economy, even the treatment of other people, past and present, when statues that we've walked past for years are torn down, well, then we face uncertainty and stress. And we yearn for the comfort of the familiar that will help us re-energise and face the new uncertainties. Peter Bregman considers all of these things in a really useful and recent Harvard Business Review article called "Let Yourself Be Unproductive." He issues a timely reminder: not only is it acceptable to sometimes be unproductive, it's actually essential. And yes, I know, you've got a boss or a spouse or a baby or teenagers or parents breathing down your neck, countless other demands. The trouble is, we like to see progress, and so we feel we have to be productive because that's our normal way of measuring progress, even when we define that in terms of output and results, as if we were battery hens or a car production line. It allows time, if we can be unproductive for a while, for essential maintenance work to be carried out, a bit like closing down a computer server. When you do, it's just possible, in the silence and the stillness of the unproductive, you might hear something different, a nudge, an inkling towards something that's really been drowned out in the noise and yet is incredibly important. In place of the usual questions for reflection, let your mind wander, and with just one focus. Give yourself permission to be unproductive for a while, the chance to hear that still voice, and maybe book onto a retreat.